a lover of the outdoors, a family man, a father, probably an artist, and I love English literature. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2019. So as a result, I have the slight shakes I can do nothing about. And I heard that the Alexanderi technique would help. I think one of the things that I can't really control is when the shakes will come about. And through Alexanderi technique, I've learned how to reduce the shakes and how to sit in a way that's more comfortable. I've learned quite a lot. One of the things which I learned was how to make small movements in my feet and in my hands that relieve tension in other places. I get quite a sore back, and through lying lying in a particular way with books, having my chin at a certain angle, it takes the pressure off. I've learned little tricks along the way, which has helped hugely. I approached it, I think, initially with skepticism. I wasn't sure whether this was going to work. I thought it might just be another thing to try, because they often tell you to try all sorts of things. But this has made a real difference. I think I'm looking for small changes, but I'm also looking for the way that I'm thinking about something. It is what it is, and how to deal with certain things which I'm struggling with. One of the ones is that my voice gets softer, and Alexander, some of the things that we've had to do is read some poetry but out loud and do some exercises. So that's a specific example where we've done things. I think another one is when my hand shakes and I'm lying on the table, and my teacher Kathy comes and she will move my arm in ways that I'm not expecting. That also seems to reduce the tremor hugely, which I find quite interesting. So the whole mind-body link is interesting. I feel that it's all connected. Often when I'm nervous or unsure, my shaking gets worse. So I think I know myself better as a result of having done Alexanderi technique, coupled with a little bit of non-violent communication and kind of understanding mind-body. I understand myself better. I've learned to slow down, not react straight away, think about things, respond when I'm ready to respond, and how to articulate what my needs are. I think I've enjoyed the group lessons where we've come together as a class and I've met other people. I think the link with the teacher is very important. If you click with the teacher or get on with the teacher, which I have done, it makes a world of difference, and it just makes it enjoyable. And we've done quite a lot of fun things as well, like having some things like balancing feathers, walking to try to keep a feather vertical. Lots of fun and playful ways and progressive and interesting ways of doing things. I'd say it's absolutely brilliant. It's been very good for me, because one of the things is that with having Parkinson's, I've had to give up a lot of the things which I was quite capable of doing. With Alexanderi technique, I feel as though I can do it. So I'm feeling a sense of achievement. I'm feeling, here's something that I can do. And I don't feel threatened. You often say, we're going to stand here and just be aware. There's nothing to do. Just be aware of the sounds and be aware of things. and it's peaceful. It's a safe environment, and it's also a supportive and caring environment in which to try out new things. I tried yoga for a long time, which was fine, but with my stiffness I found it more and more challenging, and I gravitate, and if you arrive late to a yoga class, you have to sit right in the front, and then people can see you, and I was the worst in the class by a long way, so it was a bit of pressure, and I felt very self-conscious, whereas the Alexander technique, I haven't felt self-conscious once. Also something now, I was sitting answering this interview with my hands in front of me, and I found that I was shaking. So I was thinking a small movement, just try and put your hands behind you. So I just move my hands behind me like that and stretch them down my back, and the shaking gets much reduced. So small things like that, even while I'm doing this interview. Gosh, I very much doubt it. No, I think you've been brilliant. I particularly enjoyed the link with non-violent communication, because that's a whole kind of another side to it, which has been really interesting. The two have gone hand in hand for me. So if anyone was to start the Alexander technique, I'd say also start the NVC course if you haven't done so already. I think there's a lot of stuff out there. I think that often there's too much information, so I'm quite like not having things to do. Coming home and I've gone and done my Alexander class, so I think you've done all that you have to do, and it's been fantastic. Thank you.
And the final question, what should I have asked but didn't?
That's a very good question to put at the end of any interview. Very good. What little nuggets of information what advice would you give to anybody considering starting the Alexander technique? My advice is go for it. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you.
Thank you.